Morning, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yes, teacher.
Oh, yeah, okay. How many are here? 8. Actually, where did I stop? Course book or student or workbook?
Course book, page number 83.
Course book. Page 83. Oh, by the way, while waiting for the others, excuse me, please hand in your writing. I have seen 2. Tertiary, the first, it is Boss Heartland of Sherwood content. Erupts in celebration. That one, right?
It is finished.
So next one is a short story about motor racing. I think we haven't started it yet.
Yeah.
Okay. How about workbook? Did I ask you to do homework?
No.
Oh, so I'm supposed to start. Okay. Everybody, course book page 84. Most are here. 8. People are missing. Page 84, 6E. Bai, would you like to read the instruction?
Text 6E is a short story about motor racing. You will give it your own title.
That one, yes. So let's go to the tasks first so that you will know what to do. Number 6. Everybody, page 86, number 6. Page 86, number 6. I will discuss A. Give a short story in text 6E a title. It should be brief and appropriate, not give away the ending. You need to give a title for that. And next one, only one you understand the whole extract, you can give the title. And B, write one sentence to explain the social issue raised in the story. What kind of social issue can you find in this story? And next, number 3, write one sentence to explain the irony in the story. Irony, the secret, something like that. Okay, so please read it. I will give you a few minutes for that. Read and try to understand. Okay. Okay. I will let you read. Connection is not that good. Sumi.
Sorry, I didn't hear clearly.
Oh yeah. I don't know myself. My connection is not that good.
Rory felt the heat rising off the roof surface in front of his car. A trickle of sweat ran down his face under his multicolored helmet. Thought of the other children flitted through his head as he waited for the evening to start. He knew most of them from previous meetings. Jack and Claire were both competitive, although he was confident he had the egg on them with his new member. It was the new drivers from the country meetings that he was unsure of.
Yes. Okay. So stop there for a while. Sumi, what is it about? In general, what is this reading text about? About car? About car? About car racing?
Yes.
Right? About car racing in general. Highlight. A tickle of sweat. A tickle of sweat. Yeah. Ran down his face. This language is nice. A tickle of sweat ran down. It means that he was sweating. What kind of helmet? Multicolored helmet. So you have described the things by using the color. And some thoughts come into his head concerning that, yeah, thoughts of the other challenges flitted through his head. We say that way. Thoughts of the other challenges flitted through his head. So what was he doing? He was waiting for the signal, right? He was waited for the signal to start. Yeah, it is easy to remember. And here the two characters, Cheng and Glenn, they were very competitive. It means they like competing, competitive. You should know it. Okay. Second paragraph. Second paragraph. Amelia, can you read second paragraph? Amelia, are you with me? So you don't read. I saw Amelia, please.
There was concentration on all the faces, spectators and drivers alike, as they waited for the starter's instructions. A crackling speaker signaled imminent action. Drivers, start your engines.
So look at their faces. You know, at the beginning of the race, all the people are serious. They are concentrating on, right? We could see their concentration on their faces. We could see like that, this description. There was concentration on all the faces. Not only the people who compete, and spectators, drivers, everyone. They are waiting for the starter's instructions. Yeah, you understand that? Imminent action. About to start, right? So 1, 2, 3, like that. The referee starts saying that the the stutter starts saying like this, it is called imminent action. We say imminent action, about to start. The action is about to be started. That is called imminent action. All right. So what do the drivers do? They are about to start their engine, right? Okay. Let's go to next paragraph. Suitonko, you please continue. A deafening sound.
A deafening sound of revving motors filled the air. Cars sped off, weaving from side to side in an effort to hit the tires during the warm-up lap. Confident in his ability to beat this field, Rory charged forward as the starter's car moved off the track and the green light flashed for them to start. Rory forgot everything as the thrill of speed and power from the V8 engine under his bonnet took over. The track had been watered to keep the dust down. It had now turned into mud. Red dirt kicked on the wheels and flicked up onto his windscreen, blurring his vision as he sped off beside Chuck, who had forged ahead of him in an attempt to keep him out. Rory overcorrected. A sudden bash from the rear shunted him to the left, and he was annoyed.
Here, very noisy sound that comes from the motors. We say a deafening sound of revving motors. When a car starts, we could hear a noisy sound. We say a deafening sound. Deafening means very noisy. And that filled the air. So it means that that place was very noisy. How did the car start? Sped off. Sped, it comes from speed. Past tense, so sped. So it means they are driven very quickly. They are driven very quickly. Weaving from side to side, right? So at the beginning of the race, the cars are going this way, right? Weaving from side to side. You can learn the movement of cars when you are asked to describe a race. And next. And Rory also charged forward, going forward. The green light flashed from the, oh yes. Here, how about the green light? We say flashed. The green light flashed. We say that way. At the traffic lights, you could see that the three colors, right? They flash. You could say that way. And how about the car? Car dirt kicked on the wheels. It means the wheels are covered with dirt. The wheels are covered with red dirt. And how about the windscreen? The vision is not very clear. Flicker up onto the windscreen. Windscreen, the front one, right? The mirror, the front mirror. So flickered up onto his windscreen. So what happened? Blurring his vision. So his vision is not very clear because of the dirt flickering up on the windscreen. At the time, a sudden burst from the rear shunted him to the left, and he was annoyed. In this case, you should know the meaning of shunted. Shunted means avoided. Avoided him to the left. So far, the main character is Rory. Rory. Okay, let's continue next. Next paragraph.
So you want to play rough?
Rough.
Rough. I will show you what happens when you pick on me. Within seconds, he shanded one of the newborns sideways. This set up a chain reaction. The cars collided and ricocheted off one another. Somewhere during the ensuing laps, he noticed Chuck's car wedged backwards into the fence. With adrenaline pumping, the race ended in a mighty drag for the finish against the newborn, who had more power under his bonnet than Rory had expected. Today, luck was with him. He had had a new driver off, with Jim finishing a close third.
That paragraph. Play rough. Some people play rough. And it is about racing cars. And here you could see this set up a chain reaction. Because of one action, it can set up a chain reaction. What happened? Cars collided, collapsed. I'm going to highlight each and every one. And this one finished. He was lucky. Instead of saying luck was with him. Another guy, Jim, finishing a close third. So in the third place. He was quite lucky. And next paragraph. Next paragraph. Delivery in the pit.
In the pit, Rory headed toward to the new driver's car, offering his hand. He said, "Not bad. You put up quite a challenge." Rory Cutters is the name, accepting the outstretched hand, but not meeting Rory's gaze. The driver nodded. "Yeah, if she had been firing on R6, you wouldn't have stood a chance. I'm E. Grant. Come on, don't blame your mother. You were flat out." Rory scoffed.
In the pits, car pits, there are many cars, all right, for racing. That place is called car pits. Rory headed towards the new driver's car. So another corridor, Rory and another corridor. Offering his hand, he said, "Not bad, you put up quite a challenge." Accepting the outstretched hand, but not meeting Rory's gaze. Everybody underline, not meeting Rory's gaze. Accepting the outstretched hand. He just outstretched his hand. Okay, I will call he. But not meeting Rory's gaze. So the driver didn't look at him, right? Confidently. Not meeting Rory's gaze. The driver nodded. Okay, that's all. In this case, you need to underline this. Accepting the outstretched hand, but not meeting Rory's gaze. Gaze means look. Okay, next part, up to red test. That's one. Will you please read up to this? Hello, that's one. Vanessa, would you like to read? What's wrong with Vanessa? Kevin. Kevin, go on reading.
Check how to pronounce.
Lee.
Lee square his shoulder and then lift the
Lifted the
bonnet.
bonnet.
That's what you think. Take a look under here. You're right. The list of what have you got in that things. If I told you I might not get my own back next time. Yeah. Rory
Glanced.
over the boardwalk. You don't advertise
Advertise.
any sponsors, so who does your work? Is my you looking at it? That's why I didn't make it for the other race. I had a hither with the starter motor. Now I've got to walk.
I've got work to do.
I've got what to do with that. He slid through the window into the driving seat. The engine
Sputtered into life.
into life, and the car drove from the pit in a haze of red dust.
Red dust. Here, the new corridor. Lee. And lifted the bonnet. That is what you think. Take a look under here. Another. Okay, that's all. The rest are understandable. We are talking about cars. This time, Faria. Is Faria here? I'll try my go on reading.
True to his word, Lee made Rory eat his dust in every race at the next meeting a few weeks later. Rory had expected to find Lee waiting to gloat and was surprised that neither he nor his car were anywhere in the pits. He didn't understand the guy. Most drivers couldn't resist the chance to brag after beating him, yet Lee didn't even hang around to accept his trophy.
Okay, up to this.
A week later, Rory was in the wrecking yard chasing a few parts when Lee walked around one of the wrecks.
True to his word, he made Rory eat his dust in every race. Made Rory eat his dust in every race. At their next meeting a few weeks later, it means that whose car was ahead? Lee's or Rory's?
Lee?
Yeah, of course. You can see. Make Rory eat his dust. Eat his dust in every race. So according to this, it must be Lee's car was ahead. Rory had expected to find Lee waiting to gloat and was surprised that neither he or his car. So he is quite strange. Lee is quite strange, and he is not like the other drivers. He was not in the pit, right? In the pit. And that is why here you could see another. He didn't understand the guy. Why? Most drivers couldn't resist the chance to brag. You know, brag, by the way, everybody, after beating him. He is a famous racer, right? Driver. And then Lee could beat him, but in general, most drivers, they would like to brag. Everybody, what is the meaning of brag? B-R-A-G, brag. Boast. Another word is boast. In Burmese?
The others that they're very good, I think.
Yes, that is called boast. All right, boast or brag. But Lee is quite different. He doesn't do that way, right? So he is quite strange. You could learn. So please underline this sentence. He didn't understand the guy. He doesn't behave like the other drivers. He doesn't boast, although he is beating him. And although Lee didn't even hang around to accept his trophy. He didn't come even to get the trophy, to get the prize. So he is quite strange. And another week, he met him, right, chasing a few parts while Lee walked around one of the racks. Okay, we have finished everything, right? So I will continue reading. This time, what's left? Maria, would you like to try? Because you won this time.
From where, Chef?
Because you won.
Because you won this time. Wait, Chef. Because you won this time. Don't expect to beat me every week. Rory left. We will see what happens. Lee challenged back. What is it with you? I try to be friendly and make conversation. Yet you though. Lee pulled his hood farther forward. I grew up on a farm, helping dad on anything with an engine. I guess I'm sort of a loner, and my stubbornness stems from that. That explains the mechanical skill, but where does the racing come into it? From watching my brother race around the paddocks, I suppose he never let me go. He never let me have a go in case mom called us. Why could your brother do it and not you? I suppose it was because I was the youngest, and you know what mothers are like. So let's drop it, okay? Rory couldn't understand this guy. Something niggled at him. I'll see you at the next meeting. Sure.
Okay. So they are talking. I try to be friendly and make conversation, yet you act as though. So Lee is not that friendly, right? You could learn his behavior. He doesn't want to mingle with Rory. He doesn't want to mingle. Mingle means, be friendly with Rory. You could see that. Yeah. To be friendly and make conversation, yet to act as though. So it means. And Lee has tried to avoid, but he has talked about his life a little bit, the mechanical skill, but where does the racing come into it? So it means, and here you could see like he was chasing a few parts and he has mechanical skill, so it means he could fix the car. Yes, he could fix the car. And from watching my brother race around the paddock, I suppose he never let me have a go in case man caught us. This place is quite interesting. Why could your brother do it and not you? So it is quite doubtful, right? You could not do it. Your brother could do. Why? Rory doubted. I suppose it was because I was the youngest. So he tried to give the reason. I was the youngest. That is why he was not allowed to do it. He described the reason. But Rory doubted. Why could your brother do it and not you? That sentence. Rory couldn't understand this guy. There is a secret, right? Although we don't know what secret is, you could learn that Rory has doubted the guy, and Lee's behavior is quite different from the others. All right, after that we have finished. So let's continue. Who is left? Emilia, would you like to try for the second part?
Do I have to read it?
Rory won the first.
Ron won the first two races. That's one teacher.
Yes.
And Lee won the next two. Each time he saw Lee, he felt more curious. It frustrated him more when Lee didn't show for the next two meetings. Then Rory missed the following meeting himself through what commits. He had to commit.
Commitments.
Commitments. He had to deliver a call to Bunbury to pick up and exchange one for his father's car yard. While there, he decided to check out the local speedway.
Okay. So here, Rory won 2 times. Lee won 2 times. You can learn that. So it is just a draw, right? Nobody won. Rory won 2 times. Lee won 2 times. Each time he saw Lee, he felt more curious. You could see the irony here. Whenever he saw Lee, he felt more curious. And another one, when Lee didn't show for the next 2 meetings, he felt frustrated. And he was missing too. Rory missed the following meetings himself through work commitments. So it means that Rory also was busy and they didn't meet each other. We had to deliver a car to farmer. Okay, that's all. So, and you could underline here Rory's feeling. All right, let's go to next. Touch with and read.
No, it can't be. He muttered as a blue car flashed past with 65 speed on the side. Why on earth would Lee be racing down here? He asked himself. And he watched him jockey for positions for the middle of the park. One by one, he picked them off. Fit for that, suddenly the first and second car clashed, and Lee's cars were shut sideways and clipped the fence. Fitz tries to avoid him, but instead spun him around, lifting the spanning him end for end along the fence.
And he met Lee somewhere. Lee was racing in that place. That is the main idea. Yeah, that's awesome. Why on earth is the same as wine? But it shows surprise. Why on earth? Why? Okay, next part. Touch with and go and read it. Time stood still for Rory.
Time stood still for Rory. He saw the orange sparks flying through the night earth when it clipped the power pole. Consent for Leaf moved his legs into actions, pushing people out of the way. He jumped over the fence and ran to the battered driver's side doors. He ripped the torn webbings from its clips in an effort to help Lee.
Okay, so at the time, you know, there was an accident. Lee's car got a problem. So he was too worried for Lee, concerned for Lee, and he moved. It means he ran to his car and he jumped over the fence and ran to the better driver's side. He ran to the driver's side and to help Lee. All right, the last part. Kevin, Rory panicked at the sight of blood.
Rory panicked at the sight of blood where less leather had been ripped. Fumbling, he undid his helmet.
Go on reading, okay?
Okay, let us let us in. Came the order from
Paramedic.
paramedic pushed out of the way. Rory hovered nearby as Lee
unconscious
body was placed onto the
stretcher.
stretchers and carried into the ambulance. Fighting back a bevy of mixed emotions, Rory rushed to follow the ambulance. The vision of long golden hair stamped on his mind and her perfume still
Lingering. So Lee's car got a problem, so he ran to that car to help him. At the time, Rory panicked at the sight of blood where Lee's leathers had been ripped. He undid his helmet. You could see that came the order from a paramedic. Pushed out of the way, Rory hovered nearby as Lee's unconscious body was placed onto the stretcher and carried into the ambulance. So at the time, what did he see? Fighting back a bit, mixed emotions. Here, Rory rushed to follow the ambulance. The vision of long golden hair. So according to that, the vision of long golden hair stamped on his mind and her perfume still lingering. So according to that, everybody, is Lee a girl or a boy? In the last part, you could see
I think a girl.
a girl. Yes. Can you tell me why?
It said like her perfume and also like the visions of long golden hair.
Yes. So it is put only at the end of this stretch, right? So wait. I hope you understand this story briefly. We read it slowly. So I will discuss for number 6. Give the short story. Yeah. So can you tell me that I will go back to the title. So at the beginning, I told you already, you need to consider for the title. So can you give me the possible title? So this extract, what is this extract about? Here are the main characters. Rory and Lee, only 2, right? And they, Rory won 2 times and Lee won 2 times. They were having a race. At last, Lee was not a male. Lee was a female. That's all. So here, which title would you like to give? Depending on your answer, I will consider.
Yes, come on.
Yeah, can you say louder? I didn't hear anything.
His unexpected incident in raising temperature.
A mysterious incident.
His unexpected incident of meeting Lee in raising some conversation.
His means who?
Rory.
You haven't mentioned anything yet, so you could not use pronoun. Okay. Ông chấm bài. Concerning that, I have remembered. Ông chấm bài. Listen, you have found that in your writing, right? And at the beginning of the sentence, you could not use pronoun. You need to put noun first. Name. You could not start with pronoun. You have mentioned a person. After that, you can use pronoun. Right?
Yes.
Suming, will you please repeat your answer? Rory's
Unexpected incident of meeting Lee in raising competition. In college.
Your title is quite long. Make it short.
How about Rory and his rival in disguise?
Ah, that is nice. That is nice. Rory and his rival in disguise. Yes. Any other?
Rory's mysterious rival.
Oh, wait. Rory's mysterious rival. It is also nice. Both are included. Mysterious rival. Okay. Yeah, quite possible. Okay, let's continue next. Social issue. Let's discuss. In this reading test, which social issue have you found? I even underlined in that place. Wait. Social issue. Let's discuss social issue. Wait a minute. Cannot move. What social issue have you noticed? Discrimination. I will give you the prompts. Discrimination. In this story, we could learn one discrimination.
Like where you came from. Like, like background discrimination.
I'm trying to say louder.
Background discrimination, like
Background
your
discrimination.
your own background. Yeah.
No. No.
Lee described because women are not allowed in car racing.
Yes. Where do you see that information? I let you underline. Here. Everybody, look at the share screen. From watching my brother race around the padlocks, I suppose he never let me have a go in case ma'am caught us. Why could your brother do it and not you? All right. And also, why is Lee in disguise? Right? Why did Lee cover his real identity? Why? Because females are not allowed to be involved, to take part in car racing. To be involved, to take part in car racing. That is the discrimination, right? Discrimination, social issue. Social issue means discrimination. You know, boys and girls, they don't have the same right, right? So issues that social issue. So how are you saying for that? The issue is that females are not allowed to take part in car racing. That is the main idea. That is the social issue. So the question says, the social issue raised in the story is that females are not allowed to take part in car racing. That way. And how about the irony? The third one, number C. Write one sentence to explain the irony in the story. So could you please tell me about the irony? What is the irony? The whole story, only in the last part, Lee was used as her, right? And in the whole story, only he. So what is the irony? Think. Excuse me, could you please tell me what ironing could you find here? What secret? The opposite ideas? The irony is that Lee was described as a male, although he was a female. Or if you don't want to say like, Lee was described as a male, as she was in disguise, as she disguised as male driver. If your meaning, your sentence is quite similar to this, it is okay. It is the irony. Lee was described as a male, or there are two since, so I will change it. Since. Instead of as, I will use since. Since she described as a male driver. Okay, that's all for discussing this story. Any question before continuing the next one? By the way, workbook, Jalita, we have finished up to page 41. How about 42? Did we finish?
Yeah, we have done.
How about
Right,
number 5 and number 6?
We haven't done.
5 and 6, that's good. Okay. I will start the next story. Just for reading. Before we start the next story, I want you to read this, planning a short story. For knowledge. Kevin, could you please read?
Is it important
To choose a viewpoint.
important to try a viewpoint which is
To
going
choose.
choose a viewpoint which is going to achieve the effect you are aiming for, which may be ironic twist, pathos, pity, or humor. The main character need to be established in the opening paragraph. If you choose a persona, then you need to include information which tell the reader who this person is. You can start your story as Taxi does, in the middle of the action to immediately engage the reader. Descriptive skill is important in writing narrative because without enough detail to be able to envisage the scene and identify with the character narrated will not be engaging or effective.
Effective.
You must know how a story is going to end before you begin it, so that the clue can be left, which will make the ending how to put it?
Ending plausible.
Plausible, though not obvious. You also need to keep up the pace and suspense and keep to appropriate length, which means you must decide which detail and event to include and which to leave out because they are unnecessary.
How to create a short story? You need to create your own story, right? You may encounter your own story. When we read the whole the theory of planning a short story, we could learn this. You must give, supposing you are a writer, you must give a feeling through a short story, right? That feeling may be the previous one, irony, all right? Only in the last part we could know that Lily was a female. And also the other feeling, it may be pity or humor, yeah, it is a joke, whatever. You need to give, you must be able to give a feeling in your short story, all right? That is one purpose. Another one is, at the big, as it is a short story, you are supposed to give the main character in the beginning. Here, in the previous story, Rory was the main character, right? So you could learn about Rory in the first part of the extract. So you need to mention the main character, about the character's features in the first part, the opening paragraph, right? And next thing is descriptive skill. I always highlight some beautiful words to describe someone's characters or maybe physical appearance, all right, detailed physical appearance. As it is a short story, you don't need to write very long one, but through the short one, you must be able to describe detail, all right? So descriptive skill is also necessary in your short story. It means you need to give enough detail so that the reader can know what's going on. And next part is clues. If there are some secrets, and when we read the previous stories, I underlined some clues. All right, did you notice that? So you need to give the clues if you want to put the irony. Without giving clues and then you put the answer at the end, so it is not interesting. So why do we need to put the clues? It can keep up the suspense. You know, it can evoke the reader's interest. That is why we need to put the clues, right? But not very obvious. You should put the clues, but not very obvious. In the previous one, only when you read it carefully, you could know. You could know it. The writer didn't show vividly. Didn't show the clues vividly. All right, just only a strange feeling, blah, blah, blah. That's all. So not very obvious. And you need to keep up the pace and suspense. It means like, you know, you make the reader want to know what will happen next. That is called suspense. You need to build the suspense. Keep up the suspense. It shouldn't be, as it is a short story, it shouldn't be too long. It is quite boring. Some people are very bored to read long paragraphs. So through the short paragraph, you must be able to give the message, what you would like to say. So these are the features of a short story. So I have highlighted some important information. Do you understand about a short story, how to create? All right, concerning that, You could learn next. It will be for next period. I will let you read ahead. You have already known this story, but you could learn the high vocabularies. So through the Greek fable and 6G, another reading test. 6G. That's all for this unit 6. So I will continue 6F and 6G in next period. Now I would like to do workbook because I could not give homework. Everybody take a workbook. The rest 2 paragraphs are for reading, homework reading. You should read ahead, trying to understand the text. Now I will do workbook. Go to workbook. Page 42, number 5 is useful. So let's do that. Semicolons. Reviewing semicolons. Okay. Number 5, page 42, everybody, workbook. Tashwizin, would you like to read the instruction again?
Put semicolon in the correct place in the sentences below.
Let's see the first one. Where can you put semicolon? You are given colon already in the given sentence. There were many different kinds of people in the crowd. And then colon. School children, teenagers in a group, tourists, locals having a day out. So here, where will you put semicolon? Our champion, would you like to say? Based on the sample 1, you can learn how to use semicolon. Hello, Aljabai, are you with me? Vanessa, what about Vanessa?
Yes.
Where will you put semicolon?
Number B.
No, A. I'm talking about A. I don't do A, B yet.
Behind the crowd.
What? Where will you put semicolon? Number A.
Behind the crowd.
Behind the crowd. But the crowd, you could see the column. Different kinds of people, it is general. Different kinds of people. So in the crowd. So you could see colon. This is called colon. I am talking about semicolon. Semicolon is like this. That is semicolon.
Teacher,
Say.
we couldn't see your rubber share screen.
Oh, really? Wait, I will share again. This is concerned with the condition. How about now?
Yes.
So let's see. Here is colon. Where do we put colon? You should learn. Here, many different kinds of people in the crowd. The main idea. And then you want to put a list. What kind of people? Different. You said different kinds of people. So here, like school children, teenagers, something like that. So what are you going to put? Okay, soon, Delita, say, school children, I have given you the prompts. What will you put? Semicolon. This is called colon, not semicolon. Semicolon is like this. Like comma, you know, a list. You can put semicolon. So
before teenager.
yes, between school children and teenagers, they are different kinds, right? So you could put here. Another one, teenagers were in groups. That is one phrase, right? So after phrase, chorus. One type of people, so you can put semicolon. Locals having a day out. This is one type. So here, and they are like a list of people. School children, number one. Teenagers in groups, two. Tourists, three. Locals having a day out. This is four. So like commas, you can put semicolon. How about colon for the main one? Here, many different kinds of people in the crowds. After that, you would like to put a list, then you can put colon. Got it? Okay. Tashwizin, would you like to read the second one?
I've enjoyed the following pastime: horse ridings in the countryside, readings, comment, playing with my pet rabbit, swimming, emailing my friends and family.
Here, following pastimes. Pastimes means free time activities. All right, free time activities. You are given in general, like I enjoy the following activities. So that is the main one. After that, you give a list. So before you give a list, do you notice there is colon? After that, you are going to give semicolon, like horse riding in the countryside. This is one. So you put one semicolon or 1 point. After one, reading comics. This is the second one. So after that, you put semicolon. And playing with my pet. That is the third one. So I will put it here. Rabbit. Oh, my pet rabbit, sorry. And swimming, you need to put semicolon. Emailing my friends and family. So here for 5. There are 5 activities. That way. Got it? Do you understand? Please notice the use of colon and semicolon. All right, next. So you don't read number 6.
There are 5 stages in making an omelette.
Omelette. Yeah.
Omelette.
Yeah.
Prepare the filling, beat the eggs, pour the mixture in the pan and let it cook. Put the filling in, fold the omelette over and serve it.
You could see the list of the recipe. All right. So for the general one, 5 stages, followed by colon. After that, a list of making an omelette follow. So for that case, you need to put semicolon. Preparing a filling. Prepare the filling, that is 1. So I will put 1 semicolon. And beat the eggs, the second one. So you will put it, pour the mixture in the pan. That is the third one, but there is END. So you don't need to put semicolon. Let it cook. And colon. Put the filling in, fold the omelette over and serve it. Okay. And next, G. So, Meon, would you like to try?
Yes.
How
Just
about the next one?
this.
Number D. So, mean D.
First,
First.
look good way, second, look good way, semicolon, second, check again, semicolon, third, walk across the road quickly, but do not run.
Wait, first, look both ways. That is the first list. Second, check again. That is the second list. Third, walk across the road quickly, but do not run. That way. Then I knew. How about E?
She went hopping around the garden, semicolon. She went skipping around the garden, semicolon. She went dancing around the garden.
Yes, there are 3. So in this exercise, you could learn the difference between colon and semicolon. Colon for the main one. For semicolon, list. In general, just note like that. Everybody. Number 6. That is a sort of dictionary work. So I will show you. Number 6. Suyitong, could you please read the instruction? I want to explain a little bit.
Give the past participle of the following verbs. Think about whether you need to double the final L or T before adding the suffix.
Past participle means verb 3. Commit, verb 3, committed. I know we touch with how to spell committed.
COMMITD.
DDED, yes. DDED. They would this way. So here, T. How about Vanessa, the second one? Profit. How about verb? How are you changing for past participle? Quickly. Time is nearly up. It is easy. Just put ed. Profited. PROFITED. You know, sometimes we are confused whether we have to repeat the final letter or not. So this exercise teaches you this. Okay, Jamie, Kevin, do. Repeat quickly.
ED.
Only ed. Repeat it. On time by submit.
As submitted.
How to spell?
SUBMITTED.
TTED, right? Okay. How about Tasuang labeled? Tasuang, you don't participate in the class activity. What's wrong? Tasuang. Okay. Come on, label. How will you say? Actually labeled. LABELLED. Deleta, rebel.
REVELLED.
LED, yes, correct. And next one. How about? I'll tell my try target.
Targeted. TARGETED.
And targeted. TED only. Yeah. Sometimes I'm confused. TED only, right? And next one is Freya, revolt.
Okay. Wait, teacher, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
My connection is not that good, so.
Yeah, I know. How about revolt? Priya, what's wrong? Vanessa, would you like to try for rebuild? Suichong.
REVEALED.
Yes, only ED.
Hello, Chair, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. So
Sorry, my
rebuild.
connection was not that good, so.
Yeah. Rebuild, you need to put only ED. How about I? Butter.
Do I have to say?
Yes.
PEDELED.
Yes. The last one, Sume. Patrol.
PATROLE.
Yeah, LLED. Okay, please learn at home. When you need to use double, sometimes you don't need to use double. All right. It's quite confusing, so please learn. Sometimes some words don't follow the rules, so we don't have fixed it. So you should learn it. And some words are quite confusing for me so far. So that's all for workbook. I won't do number 7. So for unit 6, what all you can do is reading. Two texts. Read ahead. If you have time, please read unit 7, one more reading. Right? If we have time, we can go to unit 7 too tomorrow. Bye-bye, everyone. See you.
Bye, teacher.
Hi,
Thank you.
teacher.
Bye-bye.
Bye, teacher.
See you. Yeah.